Imagine falling 10,000 feet from the sky, strapped to your seat, and surviving. Impossible. But not for Juliane Koepke. On Christmas Eve, 1971, over the Amazon rainforest, a plane crash killed 85 people. But she lived. How? The crash wasn't the end. It was the start. Watch closely because this story isn't just survival. It's a true miracle. Her name was Juliane Koepke. She was just 17 on a flight from Lima to Pucallpa in Peru. And what happened on that flight was impossible. But it happened. December 24th, 1971, LANSA Airlines Flight 508 took off with 86 passengers. Everything seemed normal. The crew served breakfast, passengers chatted excitedly about Christmas, and the pilots were talking about their families. But as the plane approached the Amazon, black clouds gathered. A terrifying storm appeared ahead. Instead of turning back, the pilots flew straight into it. Within minutes, darkness swallowed the aircraft. Lightning struck, turbulence shook the plane violently, luggage fell from overhead compartments, and panic spread. And then, at 21,000 feet, lightning hit the plane's right wing. Fire broke out. Seconds later, the right wing separated, and the plane began to break apart at 10,000 feet. Air traffic controllers on the ground watched in horror as the plane's radar blip disappeared. The wreckage was scattered across the dense Amazon jungle. Rescue teams searched for days, but no survivors were found. Everyone thought all 86 passengers were dead. But amidst the wreckage, Juliane, 17 years old, was alive. She had survived a fall of 10,000 feet, strapped to her seat. Miracles aligned in that terrifying moment. First, storm drafts pushed her upward, slowing her fall. Second, her spinning seat acted like a helicopter blade. Third, the dense Amazon trees broke her fall like a natural net. And of course, sheer luck. Despite this, she was badly injured. A broken collarbone, sprained knee, wounds on her shoulder and calf, one swollen eye, and a concussion. Her glasses were gone, and she was barefoot. Alone in the middle of the Amazon. Juliane had lived at the Panguana research station with her zoologist parents. She knew the jungle, which animals were dangerous, which plants could hurt, how to survive. She drank water from leaves, rationed a few candies from the plane, and followed a small stream, hoping it would lead to a river. And eventually, people. Every step was a struggle. Poisonous snakes, spiders, alligators, all real threats in the rainforest, surrounded her. She survived on determination, knowledge, and her parents' teachings. Hunger and infection made her weak, but she refused to give up. Days passed. She treated maggots in her wounds with petrol, counting each one, 30 in total, while enduring unbearable pain. She swam along rivers, trying to escape danger, hallucinating at times, thinking she saw huts and roofs. But she kept moving, step by step, clinging to hope for 11 long days. On the 11th day, exhausted and near death, she finally saw a human presence. 3 villagers emerged from the forest. At first, they were terrified. Juliane was barely recognizable. Torn clothes, swollen eyes, and covered in wounds. They thought she was a spirit, a mythological creature. But when she spoke, "I am Juliane, the girl who survived the plane crash," disbelief turned to understanding. They helped her, fed her, cleaned her wounds, and took her to a village, where a plane finally transported her to medical care. Juliane survived 11 days alone in the Amazon. She returned home alive, but the jungle never left her. She studied biology, became a famous zoologist, and eventually directed the very research station her parents founded. Her courage, determination, and knowledge made her a true miracle. And in the investigative aftermath, 14 more survivors of the crash were discovered. But they hadn't lasted like Julianne did. Her story reminds us, survival isn't just luck. It's knowledge, courage, and refusing to give up. Subscribe if the story of Julianne touched your heart.